Well, good day, Michael here. Today I just want to do a cut test with a Kizer Baby knife on my nylon rope, and I wanted to do the cut test onto this cardboard, which isn't really that straight. It's all kind of bent, unfortunately. And the reason why I want to do that is because I think a lot of my wear is the knife cutting through and going into the board. And I really think that's having a result, and an inconsistent result on my actual cut test. So what I wanted to do today is just cut into the cardboard and see if I can get a lot more cuts or easier to get there. So I'm just going to use the Kizer Baby, which should be around 35 to 40 cuts. I think this hardwood board is actually deforming the edge on my knives, and it's not really as much a test on the abrasive cutting power of the knife. Now, Brisbane has had a threat of a cyclone, which actually before it reached landfall at just north of Brisbane, it just changed into a depression. So there's a big hoo-ha with the media about this, and every 5 minutes they had updates of this storm, and it was a level 2 when it was out to sea, but it was very slow moving. So now we still do have a threat of flooding because it's so slow, and Brisbane does tend to flood. So we'll keep our eye on that. We've hardly had any rain here. It's getting a little bit more windy, so I don't know if that's going to affect this video or not. But basically, it was pretty much a nothing hamburger, as it should be, because we're in subtropic climate, and most of the time those cyclones fizzle out down here and we just get the lows. So we can get a lot of rain, but we generally don't get category cyclones come across our coast. It's very rare down here, but up north all the time. Anyway, back to the cut test. So 10 cuts. Let's see how we go actually on cardboard. And also with this particular edge, I have tried to create a lower grit edge. It's about 1,000. I tried 600, about 400, and I just couldn't get it as sharp as what I wanted it. So the next step up for me was 1,000, and it's sharp. It's probably shaving sharp, but it's not as sharp as what I'd like it to be. And you can hear that wind against the roof, so I don't know how this video will turn out. But more this is for Christian to have a look at, because he's in the middle of trying to put together some tests, and I actually sent this rope to him in Chile so he could have a comparison. This rope is old, it's a lot harder to cut through, but we'll see how it goes with just cutting onto cardboard. And I'll try and keep it towards the belly of the knife, because that's where we end up, and it's sharp enough to cut paper, that's where we end up doing most of the testing on paper. If I cut it down here, you can't really get the paper cut going. So we like to test up here near the belly. And I'll just do 10 and we'll see how we go on that. Well, actually, it's a lot harder to get that actual cut. You end up, you need that resistance to cut through it. So cutting on the cardboard definitely doesn't help. So what I've done is 10 cuts, but stopping once it gets to the cardboard. But I can already see, I don't know what I'm doing with the lights already on this edge. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's my sharpening or what's going on. Oops. So that's 10. Another 10. I can feel resistance already. And I can see lights, which is not encouraging. Okay, so I quickly just sharpen that up, and I just want to redo it. So this is more of a fine edge on it. I'm going to go back to this board. It really didn't work with the cardboard, and see what I get. Because the fine edge on these knives doesn't seem to like it. Just trying to do a more gentle cut. So that's 10, and you know what? I can see glinting all over it. And it's going to tell. You can see where it's jagging there. So I don't know what's going on with this. Straight away, I can see glinting on that edge. What is going on? That should churn through. Right on that edge, along there I can see where it's glinting. And that was a perfect edge. I'm gonna go get the Ganzo. See what that does. Be back. So I'm back with the Ganzo because this is really infuriating. That Kizer was showing bent over glittering steel from 10 cuts. So I just want to see what happens after 10 cuts on this. Trying to get to the bottom of this, although I can. Well, that's not perfect either. Before I even start, I just saw that. I don't know if I haven't sharpened it since I last used it. Anyway, see what happens. Well, I don't know if I've got an extra hard piece of rope here or what, because it doesn't, it looks like it's struggling as well. To be honest. Yeah, it doesn't. Dear oh dear. Another 10. And I can see it's bent over, and this wind is getting bad. Glinting. And it's hanging up. I don't know. I mean, Christian, you get 40 cuts out of yours and I get hardly anything. So this rope seems to vary in just how hard it is, and this bit seems to be like really hard for some reason, and it's not liking it. So, I don't know, pointless even showing this video. So yeah.